Hey guys, last time I told you about the grazing school that we're going to do, goat school, goat and sheep grazing school. I don't know what we'll call it. And the sheep and goat part of it's going to be August 8th and 9th. Here, calm her down. And I'll tell you about these dogs in a minute. But the grazing school is going to be August 8th and 9th. The 5th, 6th, and 7th is going to be Dale Strickler, and he's going to be presenting on soil health, cover crops, grazing cover crops, and he'll have 3 days of that. Each day of his and each day of mine, there'll be half a day in the classroom setting and a half a day out in the field looking at things, more easier for you to ask questions maybe, and looking at our fencing, our livestock, our watering systems, what kind of forage we got growing, and those kind of things. So I'll keep you posted, but our part of the school is August 8th and 9th. You can sign up. When we get registration open, you'll be able to register for all of it or part of it, either part. And so we'll have to figure out what it's going to cost. We haven't even got to that yet, so I'll keep you posted. Hey guys. Hey, sorry I'm not getting videos out very quick lately. We've been planting and spraying and getting ready to cut wheat, and well, I don't know, we got a business to run. I just can't think to pick up the phone and take a video or even take the time to do it, but I did want to show you a friend of mine that I've kind of helped in the sheep business for the last few years. Decided to sell his sheep, get more cattle, and the guy that bought his sheep didn't want his dogs. He already had dogs, I guess, and he called and asked me if I would take them, and I said sure, because I knew they were good dogs. And so he brought them here, and so people have asked me, how do you introduce new dogs into your herd? What about pups? And introducing pups into a new herd isn't too bad, with your old dogs, because they know they're pups. They're looking at them. They're saying, they don't normally hurt them. I have had one dog once upon a time killed one of my pups, and she also killed the mother to the pups. But that's pretty unusual. But I'll just tell you that. So these dogs he brought, there were 2 Commodores, and then this Caracachin female. And so then what I ended up doing, I bought 3 of his sheep, and he caught the dogs in his trailer because that's the only way he could handle them. And he brought them over with these sheep, and I put them in this pen yesterday when he brought them. And in this pen are the 2 pups are in here that we're keeping from the last litter we had. And then I got a goat in here. I just been keeping with these pups. I had a few other goats in here, but they got turned out for one reason or another, but there was still one that was with these pups. So now this is the first goats that these dogs have been around. And when these sheep start kind of hanging out more with that goat, and they're all in here together, they'll understand that, they also guard goats on our place. So now I walked in here and this morning and one of the dogs didn't like me in there at all. I thought it might even bite me, but I just growled back at him and he settled down and still didn't like me, but now he knows who the boss is. And I actually did that from the outside of the pen a few times when he came up to the pen. That's him over there lying down. Now he's not even concerned about me being out here. So if you get, if this happens, somebody brings you some dogs or something, or some unfamiliar dogs, you want to beware, but you want them to know that, hey, this is how it is around here and I'm the alpha. So then I brought one of my border collies up here in the box of this four-wheeler earlier this morning, and she stayed in the box, and they come up here and they barked some at her and things, and I petted her and then I petted them, and then to get them to understand that, hey, as long as I'm here, these dogs are okay. I want them to be aggressive towards stray dogs, but these guardians can understand, hey, when the master's not around here, anything else out in that pasture doesn't belong. But if he's here, then the border collies, the gathering dogs, will be here, and they're okay. And it'll take several times of this, and I'll be careful when I first use the border collies to gather up the dogs. Once these are out in the herd, I'll keep them pretty close so I can intervene if anything bad starts to happen. Okay, so now I went and got Autumn. This is kind of what I did, and the dog, she's up here barking. The other ones, they're not sleeping anymore. Paying attention. So what I did, I walked over here, and I'm going to pet Autumn. I want to get that smell on my hand, and then I'm going to come over here and let this dog sniff my hand. I'm going to pet her. I'm going to do it again. She knows something's up that she hadn't seen before. Hey, girl. She's not even sniffing my hand now. She's content. She knows what it smells like. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. That's all I'm going to do right now. Then the next time, which could be later this afternoon, could be tomorrow, whenever I get around, I'll do this just like I did, and then the next thing that time I'll let Autumn out of the pen, and she'll probably walk up to the fence. It's all right. It may take a few times of this, but you gotta understand, these guys their job is to keep other things out of their herd, and they don't understand, because where they came from, they didn't use gathering dogs. So we'll see how the next session goes. So now, after that first introduction, then we'll leave both dogs in the kennel here, because I know that any of those three guardian dogs could jump out of that pen if I let these loose, or even had them on a chain here close. And I don't want something bad to happen. So I'm going to keep them for their own protection in our kennel area here. And that's the first session of introducing your guardian dogs and your border collies if they've never seen each other before.